On the logo of this famous brand called Starbucks coffee, we have a mermaid, or what we call a siren. There's a force behind that siren, and there's a force behind the brand called Starbucks coffee, and it's a seductive spirit to attract people to constantly consume that product. Yo, it's value for viral. Welcome back to another video. I know I've been gone for a while. I've been off my computers for a long period of time, but I'm back. So I've been facing a lot of attacks, both spiritually and physically. So I've lost access to both of my channels because we're having a spiritual battle, and the evil guy called the devil doesn't want us to be posting videos like this on YouTube. So I've created a new channel called Eyes Don't Miss. Please go and subscribe to that channel because I will not be posting many videos on this channel again. Without further ado, let's dive deep into this topic. So today we're going to talk about a popular brand called Starbucks. We are going to decode the dark truth behind Starbucks. So I know a lot of you guys know about Starbucks coffee. It's a very popular brand, but I know I got some followers from different parts of the world. So probably they may be from third world countries, and in those countries I don't think they got Starbucks coffee. But it's just a brand, a very famous coffee brand. But it's the dark side of everything, okay? And we're about to decode the dark side of Starbucks coffee. For those who are new to my channel, I made a video on my other channel called Certain Companies. You know, I try to expose the fact that there are certain companies in this earth, certain brands on this earth that are actually coming from the underworld, and it's pretty much exposed. I've exposed a lot of these companies, and they're kind of like very big popular brands. They're buzzing like crazy. They're making millions of dollars every single day. For certain people, in order for them to achieve a level of success, they have to make a deal with the devil, or actually sell their souls to the devil.
We had a deal. When the blood of a loved one is spilt in these waters, my desire must be met.
No, we kept our side of the covenant. It was you who lost the boy.
Even though in most of my videos I try to like emphasize on the music industry, but it doesn't limit it to the music industry. We have other industries where people do these things. Now I know we live in a brainwash world where people are just being deceived with certain things without even taking real time to do their research, but talking about this brand called Starbucks coffee, I want you guys to know one thing. There's a reason why this brand is so successful, and it has to do with the dark side. And I know that some of you guys are coffee lovers, you know, so no matter what I say, you will still drink coffee no matter what, okay? But let's talk about this brand in particular. You know, when this company was first created and they opened their first store in Seattle, they decided to give a name to that company, and it was called Pike Place Starbucks Store, which is normally called the original Starbucks. And they came out with the logo for this company, which is a siren. And a lot of people just think it's just a normal siren, but there's a deep dark truth about this siren and the association of this siren with Starbucks. Because the reason why Starbucks is successful is because of this mermaid on Starbucks coffee. There is a spiritual force behind that mermaid. There's a spiritual force behind that symbol, and that's what I'm interested to discuss in this video. Don't forget, you're drinking coffee, you're drinking water, and sirens or mermaids are associated with water because they are water spirit. Now let's go back to the whole stuff. You know, we know about the four elements. We have water, we have air, we have earth, and we have fire. Now all these four elements are having spirits and principalities that are behind these elements. When the fallen angels were cast away from heaven, some fell on the earth, some fell in the water, some suspended in the air, and we have some in fire. You know, hellfire, if you know what I'm saying. I know a lot of you guys know that there are demons in hellfire, if you know what I'm saying. On the earth we have what we call goblins. It might be a fairy tale, but believe me, it's real. Goblins are real. Okay, now in the air we have what we call the kingdom of the air, where we have the astral world. They have their own gods, they have their own demons, principalities, they're all living there. So in the water we have what we call the marine spirit, and they have a kingdom under the water. Now talking about this idea of the Starbucks logo, let's talk about that before we go back to the spiritual aspect. You know, when the founders were asked about the Starbucks logo, they came up with their own principles or their own excuse on why they had to use the face of a mermaid in this logo. But even if you want to listen to what they said about the logo, you will see the truth in plain sight. You know, when they were asked about the logo, they said they got the story from this Moby Dick, the whaling ship, blah blah blah, which is a very common tale which was being told back in the days. It was based on a real story. There was actually a shipwreck, and it was a whaling ship. And according to the popular story, the captain was seduced by a mermaid while he was on a mission looking for whales. You know, it was a whaling ship, and at the end of the day, he got seduced by this mermaid, and this seduction caused him to have a shipwreck on an island called Starbucks. That was where they came out with the name Starbucks. So Starbucks was the name of that island in which they had a shipwreck, and that is the same siren that Starbucks have decided to put on their logo. It might be a funny story to some of you people, you know, nothing satanic about it, nothing evil about it, because you're pretty much sleepwalking. But if you're woke, you know what I'm talking about. This is the act of seduction, making people to consume certain things for a particular reason. Now, when you look at a mermaid in particular, right, these are demonic spirits that are associated with the water, and their main purpose is to seduce and make you to fall in love, like to get, like they put you in a spell, and when you're in that spell, you're locked in for life. You know, we are drinking coffee, okay? Coffee is made out of water, which is an element of these marine spirits because they are in control of the water. So we are drinking coffee, we are drinking water, we're putting water into our body, but when we are putting the coffee into our body, we are actually putting the mermaid and their spell into our body. Simple. And that is exactly why we are addicted to Starbucks coffee. You know, I used to drink Starbucks coffee, you know, Spanish latte, frappuccinos, mochaccino, chocochino, and the rest. But I can't lie about this thing, okay? Because when I see this mermaid on this logo, I know exactly that these guys know what they're doing. You know, if you go on their webpage, let's go to the webpage and let's dissect this thing. Like, these guys are not hiding anything. It's on their webpage. It's on starbucks.com. So I think I'll leave a link in the description for those who want to see it. But if you go on their webpage, you will see how these guys are actually describing this thing as an entity. It means like these guys know exactly that this thing is an entity. It's not just some kind of like fictional stuff. It's something that is real. Okay, so let's read. So she's at the center of your Starbucks cup, that green mythological creature which staring into your soul as you drink your latte. This is crazy, staring into your soul. No doubt most people are addicted to coffee for no good reason. As you can see, these guys, they clearly admit it. It's the siren. She's not a real person. Definitely, sirens are not real human beings. They are kind of like spiritual beings, okay? But when they're on mission, they do mask themselves and they can actually take a human form. And these guys are very, very careful because you can see, they say she's the biggest symbol of our brand. Really, because I thought the brand was about coffee, but now it's about mermaids, if you know what I'm saying. So even though Starbucks have updated their logos over the years, you know, because people were like afraid of the mermaid stuff, they didn't still change the mermaid. They still kept the siren on the logo of Starbucks because they are pretty much aware of the spiritual realm. They know about how things function. They know about the mermaids. They know that they do exist in real life. And the main idea is to cast a spell on people, because when you're consuming something, you have to know exactly where it's coming from. Okay, and I'm very, very wise. I'm very, very woke. You know, I've lived our whole life sleepwalking. We do see symbolism every single day. We do know about the Illuminati. We can't pretend they don't exist, even though we don't really see them, but we do see that symbolism in every country, in different places, in our movies, in our games, in many different things, man. So it's more of a spiritual war. Like I said before, this world is more spiritual than physical, and I want you guys to know that and put that in your brains, because when you're consuming a product, you have to know exactly where it's coming from. Actually, that mermaid in that Starbucks coffee, they call it a siren. It's not really a siren. It's actually a mixture between a mermaid and, I don't know, a fairy or whatever, because like the name of that mermaid is called Melusina, or you can call her Melusine. It's actually a European god. You know, this ancient Greek mythology with all their funny stuff where they had a lot of fallen angels coming down on this earth and deceiving humans to worship them, to believe in them, and to deviate from God's path. And you can see the green in that logo, in the Starbucks logo. People may say, okay, this green, it represents growth of Starbucks brand. It has nothing to do with growth, okay? The green symbol on that Starbucks logo is actually coming from the mermaid itself, because the mermaid had a green lower body which comprises of her fish tails, because she had two tails, right? So you can clearly see how these guys have been deceiving us for a long period of time, but now our eyes are open our eyes are more spiritual, and we have come to realize that the world is more spiritual than physical. So be very careful whatever you're consuming. I won't say that you should stop drinking Starbucks coffee, but you really have to be careful. You know, sometimes it's very important for us to pray before we consume any product. The main issue is not to get addicted or to get captivated by the things of this world, because the Bible says that if you're so into the world, it means you're far away from God. That is why the Bible says that you should not lust over the things of the world, because this world belongs to the prince of the air, which is Satan. I don't think I have to explain too much about the spiritual side of water. Water is very important for everyone's health, and it's one of the oldest elements on this earth. You know, water is actually a key component of our body. And people that are very knowledgeable, people that are woke, like the guys you call the Illuminati, because the Illuminati guys are so woke, spiritually they are so wise, they know a lot of things, and because they have this access to this hidden knowledge, they can use these things in their advantage. That is why I'm trying to let you guys know that there's something spiritual to these things. You don't just like see these things and you feel like it's just there for fancy. It's not there for fancy. There's a reason why this thing is there. It's for you to just close your eyes, use your mind, think about this over and over, and probably you have a bigger picture of how this world functions and those who are running the game on the dark side. Thanks for watching, but don't forget, make sure you do subscribe to my new channel. You know, I've lost access to Value for Viral, so I may probably not be posting much videos on this channel, but sometimes I may come in and post some few videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. It was Value for Viral, and see you guys in another video.